for him to sit him down and then probably just take over his account for a month or two. I mean, just so that he can reset and then come back again. Because then it be some way, but it's let's just leave it like that.
Rob, how's the weekend?
Yeah, working.
As usual.
Yeah. We're gearing for the nominees announcements. So
VGMAs.
Yeah, man. So a lot of work. We needed to do a lot of work. So
wow,
we're still on it.
Boo? How was it?
It was good. I was with you.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be with your other colleagues on Sunday. And I lost my phone and Charlie. Long weekend. But I think I chanced on a video of Slim talking about the Ashaman raid.
Right.
And I disagree with him.
Okay.
Yeah, because he says the army should have done more.
They should have gone further.
What do you mean by that?
Not more, further.
Like as in what?
Cover the whole area.
No.
Because they were asked to withdraw at a certain point.
Yeah, but my point is the brutality. So you said, they can do more and they're allowed to do more. They have no right.
But please don't take me out of context. I said the army should have gone further. They were there. What? They were there. It was a swoop mission, and they were there to also conduct an investigation.
Yes.
So I believe they should have covered.
But
gone further and covered the wider.
What is your take on the brutalities that happened?
I feel an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth is one of the most beautiful laws ever created.
Yeah,
yes.
But this one wasn't an eye for an eye. This one for
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but this one was an eye.
Mr. T, opening statement
for a lot of ISIS.
No, ISIS.
No,
this is my opening statement to Abek.
Okay, land.
I say eye for an eye is the most beautiful law ever created. I believe if no soldier was harmed during the process. Well, for civilians, I can't talk. I've only seen some. But it depends on what they were doing over there. Number one, they were there to conduct an investigation. Fact number one. An investigation.
The question is, do soldiers conduct investigations?
They do.
They
have the right to do that. During investigation, you can interrogate people. Interrogation, there are levels of force that is applied at every stage. Minimal force, maximum force be able to me apply.
Okay.
So it's just normal. What happened? Collateral damage. Let's just accept it and move on. Collateral damage.
Well, that's another discussion. I think we need to find time and discuss that. But over the weekend, there was a disturbing news about the passing of Costa Titch, the South African musician. Bad news. And then there was a video that surfaced on how on the internet showing how
he passed.
That was very unfortunate.
What was unfortunate?
The way he fell, and
it was beautiful. What? You can actually see the soul leaving the body. It's not a rare sight. You should admire it.
Wait, it's a rare sight.
Yes.
It doesn't always happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that makes it beautiful.
You should that should tell you what life force is all about. And the guy is strong. You see everybody and the way they saw it. He was like almost done with his performance, right? And he dropped. Then he woke up again.
No, they raised him up.
No.
Yeah, they raised him up.
Okay, yes. He dropped, they raised him up, and he finished the performance, stood there, yes. Yo, he tells you that I was for finish before I go leave. That be how me I see him. Yeah.
From another school of thoughts, if a soldier died on the battlefield, you go like, well, that's honorable. That's honorable, right?
Yeah.
So this particular soldier was on the battlefield.
Yeah, it was an honorable death.
Our very own Bobo Kala died while performing. Same. Sorry?
Did he?
Yes, he was on the stage and collapsed. He had gone there to perform. Remember, that was the cause of death, right? Then he got on the stage and fell on the stage, and that was it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
then what I didn't like was the aftermath of Ghanaians and that nonsense of putting out pictures of the dead on social media. That thing is disgusting. The gentleman had been laid on, how do they call it, stretcher? Let's speak with Dr. Raju Anunu. She's a doctor and can give us the right. Doc, good morning. Dr. Raju Anunu. Okay. Do you go to the hospital often?
Yes.
Well,
My mom is a retared nurse.
Okay, so that thing, how do they call it, stretcher or stretch?
It's a stretcher.
Stretcher.
Yeah.
What does it stretch?
you.
Doc,
Hello.
good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Hey, Doc. No swagging. They are seeing.
Oh, when I'm talking to my darling, the voice has to change.
Okay. Doc, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well. So, we had the news of the passing of South African musician Costa Tage.
Yes. I think over the weekend.
Matter of fact, the gentleman collapsed while at work. So, at age 27, he what, 27, right? Very young, 27. Is it very normal for someone, let's say in a case, what we heard was a heart attack. 27-year-old, what could have caused it?
I don't think any age is exempt from a heart attack, Andy. Well, good morning to all your listeners that are listening and those who are in the studio with you as well this morning. But a heart attack can occur in any age. You know, it's not age specific. And the younger folks are getting all these medical conditions that the older people used to get because of our change in our lifestyle habits. So, such things that happened when you think that you're hearing a 50-year-old, you're now hearing a 20-year-old and a 19-year-old and all that. So it's not too surprising or shocking to us in the medical field because we see these kind of things on a regular basis. A lot of things can be the cause of it. It can be unhealthy eating habits, can be not exercising, not sleeping well, taking drugs and alcohol. When I say drugs, I mean like the
Narcotics?
The narcotics, yes. So the cocaine, your marijuana, your heroin, abusing tramadol, etc.
But Doc, in the case of some of us who go to the gym, exercise frequently, eat well, and yet get attacked, in such instances, how different could that be?
Sometimes you can do all those things, but if you're not going to the hospital for regular checkups, you may think you're okay and you are fit, but there may be something wrong with you. You understand? So maybe you can be doing it's a whole it's a broad spectrum. It's not just about eating healthy and living healthily, but you also have to do frequent medical checkups because sometimes you may be sick and you don't even know you're sick. A lot of people are walking around, they have breast cancer, they don't even know they even have breast cancer. You get it? Or they may have liver cancer, they may not even know. They may have hepatitis B, they may not even know. They may have HIV, they may not know. But until you go and check, until you go and do the lab test, until you go and see a doctor, and then we find out all these things, then we tell you, okay, you have this and that and that. So that's where the frequent medical checkups come in. So you may think they are living a healthy lifestyle, but for you know, you're not even healthy. You get it? So and a lot of other factors as well. There can be stress. If you are not sleeping well, especially in this entertainment industry where there's a lot of competition and all that. It's very, very stressful. It takes a toll on your mental health. So if you're not able to find a balance somehow between your personal life and your work life, it can actually create problems for you later on.
Hey.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people that have been suicidal, a lot of celebs that have been depressed and have gone through a lot of things and all that because they couldn't cope with the demands of the industry.
Hey, Doctor, all of these things you're saying are frightening, no?
No, but it happens. I mean, that's the real thing on board. it's happening. You can't. It's part of life. It happens, but it's just how you are able to manage it. That's what determines how you're able to whether you can go through it and survive it or not. So it's not as easy as it seems.
Okay, Doc. Well, I don't mean to take too much of your time. I'm so grateful for the advice you've given that we need to have regular checkups. Thank you very much for your time, Doc. I'm so grateful.
Andy. You're welcome.
Charlie, the thing they be how often do you check your? Okay, how often do you have regular checks?
Me.
Regular.
Me.
I come safe.
Me.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. If I had a sick self, I know they go hospital. If I had a sick self, I know they go hospital. You know, what go kill you, go kill you. What just here? The baby coon, and we're all different. Fortunately for me, when I'm sick, I know why I'm sick. So I take steps to cure to cure myself. I know go check something, make they tell me say something they happen for my ear. Then I go to walk, I they think about the thing, they go consume my head. No. Yes, I don't play like that.
But you, what sort of a human are you?
I'm a different human being. You see, the body itself is...
Wait. Make a laugh. This sounds so familiar.
Charlie.
This chair, anybody they sit inside, they talk about whether it be alien or Mr. Logic.
Crazy folks.
Listen, if you take care or if you listen to your body very well, yeah, anything that happens to you, you know where it stems from, and you take steps to correct it. The body is supposed to heal itself. I was going to give an example of something, but I think it's too early in the morning. You know,
so skip it.
Oh, I can actually say it in a very nice way, just like the lady's private part. They don't have to wash it. Yeah, no, they don't have to do that. They don't have to put water there. It takes care of itself.
Where's Ria?
Ria is just behind you.
I am here.
Ria, do you use water there?
You have to use water there, but you do not have to use soap.
Soap.
Soap. Oh, okay.
So water there must.
Whatever.
You need to splash.
I meant soap. You know what I'm saying? I meant soap. So if they do that system like that, why worry yourself? And so recently I was telling a few people that, you know, usually if you suffer from headaches and all that, and people want to go and take some aspirin and paracetamol, it will hurt you. It's just your blood pressure going up. Take some water, sleep, or get an apple and bite on it and sleep. The headache will come down. Anytime you feel headache, it be blood pressure. People, we didn't know all these things. Then they spoil some liver or something or some. You go see you die. So drink water. Drink water.
But wouldn't it be advisable you see a doctor
Charlie.
and he or she advises you, boo, so you need some rest. And you are saying that, yeah, my headache is because of some low blood pressure or some high blood pressure.
But you know yourself.
I know myself, but if the body requires some good rest, I know I owe my body a whole lot, let's say a month full of rest.
So do that.
Good. But what I'm saying is, a doctor needs to advise, you don't need that rest. All you need is some good
sex.
Exercise.
Maybe.
Do you know that the biggest medicine for the body is sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what... Look, it's just like any other thing. The body needs to rest, needs to sleep. But these days, you hear all these motivational speakers. Don't sleep! There's no people who
wake up!
Jimmy and Kuha.
Sleep is for the weak.
So people are now not sleeping. You go see, you die.
Then you say, we know for listen Buga again.
Wake up.
Don't sleep. Wake up. Collect your money.
Robert, please come in. Do you exercise frequently?
Oh, I do what I can. So that's why I dance. I do my regular press ups and stuff like that before you take a shower in the morning. That kind of
every
thing.
morning?
Yeah.
You dance every morning?
No, I do my press ups and
But for a dancer, I mean,
I don't dance every morning.
He doesn't do press ups every morning. If you do it, I will see it. I don't know.
But what if he's not doing it to gain?
You don't have to gain nothing. When you press up, your shoulders will show you press up every morning.
Okay,
What
Robert,
about?
Robert,
Okay,
show
so
us,
in my
show
case,
us.
in my case, where my shoulders, I don't know if
And somebody they argue with me because my
no,
body is
no.
for him.
no. Okay, wait. So Bulldog, in my case,
I don't even want to.
I
argue about this.
don't do press up.
Yeah.
Right. Each time I hit the gym, just a little bit of dumbbells and my shoulders raise up. Right, my shoulders are raised. In this case, what?
It means you die at 133.
What but damn? Sorry.
You don't want to die at 133.
Well, 133.
That's what I said.
Too much for me.
Actually, so you want to die at what?
No, the way he said 133, it sounded like 133 p.m.
See, that's the challenge of life. If I just add either it be years,
Yes. I'm like, yo,
Wait,
what are you talking about? Robert, please continue.
no, I'm not. I mean, like, health is wealth. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you need to do to ensure you're healthy, you need to do it. I think it's not just about the sleep. The rest he mentioned is 100% spot on. But I also know that food is also key. It's not just putting anything in your stomach or anything that seems to be food into your stomach.
You can do that one too, but you got to shit it out, though. You know, if you anything you eat,
Go ahead, continue.
you have to.
Hey,
You know,
thank you.
So
How did you talk for English?
we'll think about it at the come.
You just
so
said
yeah. So basically, you need to be able to eat well, and by eating well, I mean we have to take interest in the components of food that goes into our system. I think a lot of us inherited food patterns because we grew up on what somebody thought was right for us to eat, and what society thought was right for us to eat. And while there are many options available, at a point in life, you have to make a conscious effort to determine what really goes into your system. And you need to understand your everyday schedule in terms of work. What time are you going to work? What time are you coming back? What makes sense to eat? What makes sense not to eat? What should you eat in the morning? We hear of the breakfast. Some people watch it be the way to go. Some people think it be the way to go. Somebody wants to drink tea.
Watch it be the press up.
You know what I mean? So
somebody that watch it be the warm up.
That's it. So I think you need to understand your body type. You need to understand your routine on daily basis and what makes sense for you to eat and not to eat. And not just accept anything that is off the shelf because it's not everything. In fact, sometimes you need to read what is written on it, the calories available in there. Advertising can get things, all in your eyes and you think, hey, it's a way for you to, it's what it is for you to take, but really you're just harming yourself. So I think we need to take a very critical look at what goes into our system. It's key, and let's involve in activities that gets us, getting our hearts pumped and taking in oxygen and exercises and stuff like that. If you're not sure of what to do, I recommend dance.
Just to chip
Slim.
in before Slim comes in, because he's talking about food. Anything that goes into your body has to come out. It's simple. You can eat anything, but it has to come out. And I'm not talking in terms of food. Even matters that worry you, like somebody tells you stuff or you have a problem, make sure you get it out of your system. That's the only way you are living long.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Slim.
I think Chairman Robert, put everything right. When he talks about eating, I spoke to one health professional a couple of months ago, and he was telling me that, diseases like high blood pressure and all that, they connect it to lifestyle and all that. And it's not really about your lifestyle. If sometimes they also say it's also inherited, hereditary
yeah.
and all that. They connected it to the fact that in some houses they have like their own menu food that they eat certain times of the day and all that. Some houses you go, they have a full menu. Maybe Tuesdays we eat this at this time and all that. So certain foods can't digest really fast. Some go fast, some don't. Certain houses will eat foods that don't digest fast late in the evening. And that would actually cause members of those family to develop that type of sickness. So it's not really hereditary, but it's a lifestyle being adopted by the family over a certain period.
So transfer to the generations.
You understand? So sometimes when they say hereditary, just chill, change the lifestyle, and let's see how it works. And I think it's one of those things that really worked for somebody like myself when I decided to go on a weight loss journey. It's something that I kept in my mind and said, okay, Charlie, let me keep being active and see what happens. And for purely 6 months, I think the last time we met, Senior man couldn't even recognize that. Hey, Charlie, Slim way do this action.
We make Slim like that.
We make yeah. Also, I'm being told, I'm picking information from a couple of friends in South Africa that Costa had issues. I mean, previous cases of epilepsy, and it was triggered on the stage by the strobe lights. So you need to also you need to also understand yourself as an entertainer. Charlie, environment, Bain and Mikumi, it's a concert. Epilepsy, flashing lights
is bad.
It's bad, and this, when we transfer this information to our local system, is crazy. People don't even understand some of these diseases and all that. You go to an event and everybody put your hands up, then the lights no bam 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 bam, then people start to die. So we need to also understand some of these things and how it works, and in our system try to pick what is going on globally and advance our entertainment space. I will commend Sako there for going on that. I think he started some gym session and was posting it on social media whilst he was embarking on the tour in US and all that. For artists, we need to really pay, and also entertainers in general, we need to pay close attention to our health. Competition will forever be there, but if you are not alive, you cannot compete. So stay alive in order to compete.
Health as well.
Yeah.
Ria?
Yes. Okay. So just to add to what Mr. Slim said.
What is Mr. Slim?
He's called. Okay. So for me, I think even if you do not like to visit the hospital or you don't like to see the doctor, once in a while or once in every blue moon, you should go. At least you should find out your blood group and what is good for your blood group. There are some people who should not even be exercising Yes, there are people who are not supposed to be exercising rigorously. There are some people who are not, like, I remember I went to the doctor one time and I just went for a full, checkup, and I was told that I'm a meat eater. My blood group makes me a meat eater because I have the enzymes in my stomach to digest meat.
What if you don't eat
There are
meat?
some blood groups that meat rots in their tummy. And then it gives off like very weird hormonal issues, and people do not know about that. Okay, so I think such things you should get to know about it before you start on a weight loss journey, before you start on a particular career path, before you, like, just to know what is good for you and what is not good for you. That is what I have to say, because human beings, it's not just your blood group, it's not just your phenotype, it is your genetic makeup, it is your hormones, you just have a lot within you as a human being. So if you go and you even go and check your liver function test, and maybe what is wrong with you, you just need water, you just need to drink a lot of water for a particular time, and you do not know, and you are still there, you are not drinking the amount of water you are even supposed to drink. What do you do? What happened to your brother Titch might happen to you. You might be just walking one day and on a very sunny day and just fall down and probably die, because at the end of the day your organs need water, and you are not feeding it with water. You get it? And that was the only thing probably you needed for your healing, and you didn't know.
Somebody give an analogy. I just want to drop that real quickly. It says that if, for example, you have like 3 cars, or if you got to realize that you could only get 1 car your entire life, and you got that early in your life, how would you take care of that particular car? Everything you do, all the regular checkups, make sure that Charlie spot on. You go paint, as you go spray. I must say painting. Everything. So just take your body as that one-time vehicle that you have, and then once you put that particular mindset active, you realize that the way you treat your body and your life would automatically change.
Robert, we just know what you did. You just told the whole Ghana will have 3 cars. It's okay. We're trying to keep it a secret, but now we know.
He has 9 lives.
Well, they say you have 3 cars. I mean, I don't know. We have to look into it.
Okay, Vivi.
Yeah, so And notwithstanding the fact
you're
that
welcome.
Thank you very much. Notwithstanding the fact that there's the adage of if it is your time, it is your time, right?
Thank you.
That one is there. That one we all want to hold on to. That one. If really it is your time, it is your time. It has nothing to do with whether it was the lighting or the strobe lights, the whatever. It is. The time is up. Your time is up. Your clock just ran out. But here's something. I think everyone has spoken. Almost everything that everyone has said is very meaningful when it comes to this thing, and especially I want to talk about family history. Family history is something that we always take for granted. Someone my father used to complain about his headache or whatever, but me, I don't get a headache, so I'm okay. My mother is the one who has the diabetes. Like my mom is checking her sugar. Oh, she's obolo. My mom is obolo in the house. She stop it. She's not eating. It's old age sickness. You need to know your family history and how it affects you. Some things are passed on, whether you like it or not. You would have it. You'll be pre-hypertensive because it has been running through your family for decades. Diabetes will be there. You just know. So the earlier you know the family history and how it affects you, the better. You know these things. With all my headaches, everyone, the body has tics. The body has its way of telling you when something is wrong with you, or the body has its own way. Some you feel dizzy, you know that it's not this particular headache that I have. I know that when this headache comes, I know what is wrong with me. Like, why is it only at this part of my head? Like, oh boy, this is the one that means I haven't rested enough. This is the one that says I haven't slept enough. This is the one that says I'm thinking too much, I'm stressing too much. People, know thyself. Know thyself. Thank you.
And again, sorry. If you go die, no, sorry, not if you go die. That be where would they go? You are born to die. So you go die, whether 2, 3, 4. Lights come off, what? You be healthy, go check up, do everything, meat eater, enzymes, the things all they talk, you still die.
The cause of birth is the cause of death is birth.
You go die. Don't worry yourself.
Okay,
So wait, guys, sorry. You say all these nice things and then you now say you go die.
So then we shouldn't worry about cause
anymore. Don't worry about it.
Then why are we even discussing it?
And the short say why we are discussing it. Macho men they die, joggers they die. Doctors they die, nurses they die.
But let's agree, some deaths will be foolish death because some of them you could avoid them.
You know there's this guy at Nana Sampo Fuji. Nana say wait. He says some macho man they tell
out to tell them about the story you told me.
About what?
Okay, in Poppy,
So Nana say he say some macho man always worry I'm come to the gym. He say a week or two later, he dey walk for some house inside, just outside for there, he see obituary.
Oh yeah.
The macho man ebo down. So see how okwe no kojina. I don't know. I say, hey, akwe nka okokumi hwe.
But it's happened to me before. My former personal trainer died from an accident. Healthy guy. He could
accident.
Yes.
Hey, what's the same thing I was telling you about Ochame Kwame's father?
Yeah, he could stay under like water for like 5 minutes just to train his lungs, his heart, and everything. He could come out
just one day,
just one day, just a car just rammed him in.
Hey, what's the same thing I was telling you? I said the man he eat, want salt, he take care of himself. Then one day,
pray your
accident.
Death. Pray your death and be
tragic.
Yeah, so the guy who died, the guy, the rapper we're talking about, he had a beautiful death. He didn't struggle. If you look at it, no, go.
You saw it like he didn't struggle.
No. Even with that, look, the guy was performing. If you are struggling, you can't perform. I'm saying there are people lying down waiting to die. Charlie,
we're asking for it.
Yeah, it not be easy. The guy was healthy. He was jumping around. God take him, go nice. We for pray for that death. Me, I know my own. I see 2 of mine, where they pray for one to happen. The other one be too, scary. When I'm always I'm like the fifth floor, 6th floor. That my house people they tell me jump. I'm praying against that one. They won't push me. I went to Empire State Building, right, New York. When you go up, you go see the whole of New York. You pay $30 and go up. So it left one elevator. I go do that. I'll go on the terrace. I say no. House people, when I reach there, I no go come back. Where I come down. So I'm praying against that. But there's a second one I'm praying for. At 70 now, I'm 75. 75. Morning time.
For you be Superman.
Yeah, my wife will serve me food.
Allah.
Will serve me food. when I chop the food finish, I go chop them. As I dey chop them, I for orgasm for happen for me.
Then you die.
Yes. I for down my wife. For struggle.
At 75 years.
Yes.
And will you get that strength? I pray, say.
Massa, if you see my puppy at 75, hard guy, the guy still say he get girlfriend. I dey shock for himself. So I go reach there.
All right.
I go down on my wife.
Okay.
That
Position.
Hey, chill. Hey, slim.
missionary. You don't want that there.
No, you won't scare your wife. They can't. No. You're scaring the woman.
Yes.
The woman already goes. Then
yes.
she will be the woman. He say, oh, then her husband he die on him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. You don't like the woman very well.
Yeah, the radiation. Listeners, have you ever been on an Emirates flight?
Yeah.
If you've never.
Oh, sorry.
He said yes.
Okay.
And this is Fifi Coleman. Hello.
Mr. Coleman,
Yeah.
he celebrated his 50th birthday last week.
Wow. Why you won't worry the guy?
And he was on an Emirates flight. Some musician will give me some I dream bipa, but right now I be like, they like my matter too much, so I don't want to talk. He say, as I become married, so I want army officers. He said, Andy, let now be with you, Sika. Let's rent an aeroplane. We'll fly from Kumasi to Accra. We'll wash and buy no my refreshment. More be see the go away no first row. Guess who?
Oh, Sammy.
No. Big man, musician, big man. Where they sing love songs for Ghana we Oboniti ni ade. Eh, me say o. Me mo bi ani me. Yes, go to Oboniti. So listeners, hey, listeners. Crispy Case, hey. Why your mom? Hey! At you for. From Emirates.
This is not showtime.
Now you've taken me to Adom.
This is not showtime.
Showtime. As spring gets closer, we are all starting to think about our next holiday. And it can make the journey just as incredible as your destination when you treat yourself to Emirates first class. Charlie, I really want to be on this flight. I've never been on it. Lunch Avenue, we want lunch today. Today is Monday. 0558 502 206. I don't see the reason some listeners will go there and they enjoy it, whilst we cannot enjoy it. 0558 502 206. Listeners, the other day, 5 people went to chop free. Write the number down. 0558 502 206. Today, it may be you. They give quick and efficient service. You can have hot, delicious, and healthy meals from Lunch Avenue in no time if you are located in Accra or Tema. Lunch Avenue is tasty, yummy, and healthy. Please stay with us. When we come back, there is an issue we need to discuss. Music sales. We all know that the market for CDs, well, is taking a nosedive. Musicians really make sales from streaming sites as compared to CDs back in the day. Even vehicles, do they have slots for CDs nowadays? Almost all the vehicles have pen drives. And even in traffic, you find all of these recalcitrants stealing our music.
DJ Streets.
All of them knocking on windows, asking you where Charlie Bossu latest wow, Famia Nyum, Famia, Kevin Boy, wow, Stone Boy, Papa, Beam. Like, yo. And the other time, the guy had the nerve. Oh, boss, Randy Dusty. Ukraud dear wa.
Okay.
Just say, Ariel. We'll be right back.
Hello, Guyana. It's here again. IES Foundation in partnership Yes, I will, I can, I must.
Hello, this is Andy Dusty. Every Friday morning at 10 a.m., I host the library on Hitz 103.9 FM. This Friday, let's discuss Ghanaian songs that contain samples.
I won't forget the way you're kissing. So see me, no baby. Oh, darling, what's on me, oh? If it ain't good enough, baby, I'll work harder. Pumping every minute, girl. Although you're dancing, although you're dancing, Livia. Although you're dancing, Zika. Although you're dancing, Zika.
To all my homies working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble.
Season 3 of the library every Friday, 10 a.m. on Hitz 103.9 FM. It's the library with Andy Dusty. Please tune in. Welcome back here on It's 103.9 FM. It's Showbiz Review, proudly brought to you by Lunch Avenue. Yeah, Lunch Avenue. Franco Trading Enterprise. We need our phones. You know so. Yeah. And the ACs. Yeah, thank you very much, Fifi. We need AC. Yeah. Ria.
Yes, please.
Are you okay?
I'm waiting for my phone from Franco.
iPhone 13 Pro.
Yes, please.
14.
Yeah.
15 is about to come out
in
September.
Same. The moment 14 is a 13. Now, is there still a market? Or should I say market for she's slim. Market from streaming sites as compared to CDs back in the day? Are people really streaming songs? Bulldog, you have an artist, so you can tell. Are people streaming your artist songs?
I mean, you know, it depends on the artist and how huge they are. You know, so for Vanilla, I would say we're getting a lot of streams. You know, reasonable because it's new and young. You know, so people have to
average.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, for big artists like the Kelvin Boys and the Camidos, they are getting their streams. The Kweku Frimpong, them, you know, people are Blacko. I mean, yeah, they are getting the streams, you know, because they have a following already. So people go in every day and go and listen to the songs. But if you say you want to compare that to purchasing of CDs, it's different. You know, you can't even do the comparison. I mean,
are the CDs still produced?
Not like before. I'm sure if somebody was producing a CD today, they'll be producing it for maybe presentation purposes or for souvenir purposes. So let's say you're doing a listening and you want to get some people to come there, and when they're leaving, they leave with something, you know. So you just want to do a CD for them to take home for souvenir purposes, but not for to go and put
consumption.
Not to go and put in shops for people to come and buy and all that. You know, this whole streaming thing has taken over, and I think that's the way forward. You know, people are streaming. You know, so hey, you can't. That's the new wave. You know.
Okay, so Robert, for somebody like you, who who runs an advertising, an award scheme, I'm sure you have your checks on streaming and CD purchase and all. Do you think that artists in Ghana, first of all, do you have a data for that?
Okay, so here's the interesting thing about the streaming and the physical music bit. One of the first key things we need to understand is how music is consumed. That technology, advancement in technology, introduced everything on the streaming sites, more or less. But when we had the streaming sites, remember that the streaming sites are dependent on internet. If you don't have internet, then at the end of the day, you can't stream regardless of what the world is saying. Now, internet penetration in Ghana, I think it's just went up. I think it's about 70 million people are using internet right now. But then again, you have about 9 million people who are active on social media. You understand? So if you have 70 million people using internet, but you have about 9 million people active on social media, I believe there's a direct correlation between the people who are active on social media and the people who are likely to stream. In fact, there are a number of people I know who are active on social media but are not even streaming songs. You know, so let's just say that the active people on social media is equal to the number of people who are streaming, just for the purposes of this submission. Now, I know for a fact that Boomplay, for example, has got 4.5 million active users every month.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but what does that mean, though? You understand? So are we saying that out of a 32 million people in this country, assuming you're even dealing with just 50% of the population, that would be like 15 million, because you're talking about adults who are probably able to acquire music and use it for whatever purpose, or people who are in secondary school upwards. How are we able to ensure that this population, we have milked them completely? Now, I'm going straight. So for as long as we don't have internet getting to that full extent, then it means that at the end of the day, we have quite a number of people who are not using the internet for the purposes of streaming music. And if we are not doing that, then what are they consuming music on? So that is one of the key areas that we should see clearly that there is a question mark in that particular area. Secondly, I believe that most cars still do have CD slots, because my car still has one. And there are so many people
Is it a new car?
It's an old...
So it will certainly have one.
No, I understand, but there are new cars who still have that.
No, it's just by the way. I just needed to emphasize.
Now, in addition to that, there are people
because someone acquired the latest Sonata or the latest Mercedes-Benz, or I'm saying the latest. And you're asking which year?
Okay, so you're talking 2022, 2023.
Yes. So it could be that the latest may not have CD slots.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there are many cars that have CD slots. All right. Okay. So then you can still play CDs in your car. The question is, that kind of people who listen to or who would like to listen to CDs, are we serving them?
Good.
That is one.
That's the question I wanted to ask. Are they available?
Is who available? Are the people or
the CDs?
Demand and
supply, yes.
Okay, so principle, supply will find its demand will find its supply.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's if you're looking for the latest Kelvin Boy song, you find it on the market?
No, so there's no supply, so certainly you don't have people purchasing it.
That's
what I'm saying. Supply will find its demand. Because there's no supply, we don't have demand for it, even though the facility to be able to play it is available. And then you go to our older folks who've played music over and over again, and you ask yourselves, what kind of music are they listening to and where are they getting it from? And what are they comfortable with? Because you see, habits once cultivated is not easy to do away with. So these guys are used to listening to music from, let's say, CDs and vinyl. What's happening in that particular space? Are we saying that everybody must be subjected by force to streaming? Because we know the numbers. So that streaming doesn't cover the whole of this country. So there is a gap, and that particular gap needs to be filled. Okay. The other thing here again is there's clear indication if you look at the world music charts in terms of statistics and data about consumption. I have some data here. It's not actually This is like 2022, and it says 9% of all music sold was sold as physical music albums in 2022.
9%.
Yes, 9%. Now, if you check in terms of how much, and there's a lot of data. I need to be able to actually make sense of all of that. Most of them are skewed towards the US, etc., etc. But what I'm saying is that there's a certain percentage, and it's interesting that the Gen Zs are even found to be purchasing CDs and vinyls now, because it is becoming the cool thing, and people are.
This is not in Ghana.
I know it's not in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is that people are doing analysis of their markets and coming up with information like a Gen Z is buying vinyl. I mean, who is buying vinyl today? We don't even have the facilities to be able to play them.
Yeah.
But I know that when I was growing up,
Collector's item.
Exactly. When I was growing up, I listened to songs from vinyl because parents had the machines available. So the question is, if the machines are available today for CDs, then how come we are not playing them, and how come musicians are not looking into this space? Another thing that is really would probably make you curious is what Wano said. I think he said he sold about 1 million copies of CDs, right? And he did that on his own, selling at Accra Mall. Who did he sell to? Wano.
Oh, one of the musicians.
Wano, he came here. He had
1 million.
Yeah,
copies.
about 1 million copies.
And he's still selling.
And he's
Did
still
he say
selling.
1 million or 100?
Okay,
1 million or
100,000. One of them. Let's just say 100,000.
1 million.
Let's just say
No, but he's
100,000.
done it for a very long time. It's
It's been
not
doing it for years,
far-fetched. It's not
like
far-fetched.
one day, 1 month, 1 year, or something. So if he sold about, let's say 100,000, I've forgotten what figure he mentioned. Let's say if he sold 100,000, then he sold it to who? And why did they really purchase it? And how did they consume that?
But
kind of music?
with that, it depends on how he sells it. Look, if you are a salesperson, it's either you force it on the person, you persuade them, you sell it by dashing them
Or there could
by
be a
one.
genuine interest on somebody who wants to put it
Yeah.
in. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that there is a gap.
Yes.
There's a clear gap, and there are facilities available that can actually support the success of physical sales of music.
We have to continue this discussion tomorrow. Anyway, Slim, please come in.
Well, I'm enjoying the analysis from Robert, and it actually shows that artists should also start looking at how the other 15 million people are consuming music. It shows that there is a big market for probably maybe other forms of storing music. But I would talk about the CD bit of it, because I believe CDs, I think they are obsolete as it stands now, because you might have the device to play CDs, but then looking at storage wise, how many songs can fit on a CD, MP3 format? How many songs? But if you have like a pen drive, let's say a DVD, yeah, okay. If you have a pen drive, let's say a storage size of, let's say 1 terabyte, or probably maybe even half of 500 or something, you can have songs on it, and when they are out of your taste, you replace them.
Okay, so what you're
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying, I'm
you're
just
just
saying.
going the path of piracy. Because an album, yes,
no,
I'm
let me-
coming.
let me land.
Because we're discussing music business.
Let me land.
we shouldn't
Let me
encourage
land.
piracy.
I'm not encouraging it.
No. When you say that's size,
No, let's
okay,
just say.
Okay, let me
let's
allow
just
you
say-
to keep flying
Let's
and then land.
let's just say, in my car, I have a glove compartment that is very small, and I want to put. I'm a big fan of Bisaki there. I love Sako there. I love Stoneboy. Charlie, how can I fit all their albums in my glove compartment? You understand? So storage is also one of the things that we also, an artist should also look at, or the business should also look at. That, okay, if I'm entering into that space to provide for the 15 million other people who are not using internet, who are not streaming, I should also look at a storage device that will be favorable for them to carry along. That's what I'm just saying for now.
So,
All right,
so
please.
you have a very strong point in that area. So then it means that. So what I want to focus on with respect to that is playlists, because people are listening to playlists and not necessarily albums.
That is
right?
it.
Okay, so that's another thing that we can table for
Yeah,
later
please.
conversation.
For me, I think we were having this conversation last week, and Robert was also saying something that I agreed with even some of our family members or our brothers and sisters in the hinterlands, where they might not have access to internet. The word is might not have access to internet, might not have access to, or may not know what Boomplay, Apple Music. They might not even have smartphones. They just want their phones that they can call and, speak to people on a regular, and that's what they are satisfied with. So for them, how does music reach them if it is not radio? Or if they want to listen to their favorite album, because they might want to be listening to one of Daddy Lumbe's oldest albums, and they do not have, access to these streaming platforms that they can readily access. So what do? They need the CDs. They need something that is readily available to them to entertain them or to listen to whatever they want to listen to.
Or how do they play all the other them specials?
Exactly.
If the radio station is not playing it.
Exactly. So
and it's not available on the USBs.
So they would have to either opt for a DVD, a VCD, or maybe one of the easiest, I might not say easiest, but one of the things that they might also resort to is maybe using encrypted pen drives. That they cannot.
You make me miss the days where the whole telenovela is on one CD. They're selling the whole thing.
999.
You have all of it on one CD.
But that was piracy.
It was piracy.
That was piracy.
The churches. One. Number one, the churches, most of the churches are still doing a CD system thing. They give it out. They do their singles recording and they give it out at churches. The preaching and everything,
True.
the churches are still doing that. They're still using that.
There's still a market.
And I also think that there's someone out there who really thinks that CDs will bounce back somehow. Because yes, there are modern cars that still have CD slots. And it keeps beating my mind like, okay, somebody knows something we don't know. Or it's like they're saying there's a market for everything. And I don't think it would die out like that. There'll still be a reason why somebody has a CD, because I feel like for me, sentimental reasons, and for the idea that I can even tell my child that this is what our music used to be on and we play it here, it kind of makes me feel good about myself.
All right, listeners, we'll continue tomorrow. Time is not on our side. We have to go. I know that you would want to share your comments on Nana Kwekudevi said, Brandy, the best medicine in the world is drink water frequently, eat a balanced diet, food, and have sex every day. Because having sex is also an exercise, and you will never fall sick.
Every day is exercise.
Sex every day kill. You they kill. Thank you.
Yeah, why not?
It kills.
It be activity. You understand? It be activity. So.
And that's the best way you think you can die. Well, you just mentioned.
Me, that word go kill me, so I'm telling you.
All right. Listeners, we are grateful. Crispy K says, and if it's about the lights, he would have been dead at Soho last year when he came to Ghana. The lights in the video I saw are nothing compared to those I saw.
This wearing the dark glasses, go affect himself. In time reach.
So I think.
Well, maybe he knew.
No, but you see already. Wake up, sir.
What's it?
He actually held on to the guy before he fell. If you look at the video,
he signed out.
Yeah, he knew he was going to fall, so he held on to the guy before he fell. The guy didn't know, so then he raised him back.
Well, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow for another great edition. Thanks, Ria. Thanks, Slim. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Udog.